What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. You guys, Steve Harvey is not having a great 2017. This article comes to us from the dailymail.com. Exclusive, Steve Harvey under more fire as he quietly cancels his popular neighborhood awards, tied into his syndicated radio show that paid tribute to the local businesses and community leaders. It's been a difficult few weeks for Steve Harvey, and it looks like things are about to get worse. The talk show host and radio personality has covertly ended the widely popular neighborhood awards, formerly known as the Hoodie Awards, after more than 16 years. The awards have become a branded event for the Steve Harvey Morning Show and were instrumental in helping the 60-year-old's namesake radio program become successful when it launched into national syndication. Neighborhood awards recognize local businesses, community leaders, teachers, churches, and local entrepreneurs in an Oscars-like fashion, and it gave the national show local appeal to its 90-plus markets in which it's broadcast. DailyMail.com reached out to Steve Harvey's spokesperson for a comment, but did not hear back by the time of this posting. The event was launched to make Steve appear more personable to his radio listeners. It helped shape his guy next door appearance, as Steve's real personality is oftentimes curt. His cold nature towards fans ultimately ended his first morning show that aired locally in Los Angeles. A source close to Harvey told DailyMail.com. Harvey's reason for putting the brakes on the neighborhood awards, despite listener interest and its overall success, is reportedly due to former manager Rashawn McDonald, who owns the show and concept. After Harvey parted with his manager more than a year ago, he decided to stop supporting the event. It's what some people would describe as cutting off your nose to spite your face, the source said. Meanwhile, Harvey is still being lampooned for the meeting with then President-elect Trump at the Trump Tower on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The celebrity said he didn't expect the serious backlash he received from the African American community. Quote, on a personal note, a lot of y'all hurt me, end quote, he told his radio audience, phoning in from vacation on January 16th, the day of the meeting. You really did. I didn't expect the backlash to be so fierce. Harvey maintained that he met with Trump in an effort to get some things started and make a plan for the inner cities. It's just me following orders from my friend, President Obama, who said, Steve, you gotta, as he told everyone, get out from behind your computer, stop tweeting and texting, and get out there and sit down and talk, Harvey said, referencing Obama's farewell speech in Chicago. So I stepped from behind my microphone and I came and talked to the guy that is going to be the 45th president of the United States. I did what I was supposed to do. Despite Harvey's intentions, fans and friends alike bombarded the comedian with a steady barrage of hate mail. Some even started a change.org petition to request that Premier Networks, the company that syndicates the Steve Harvey Morning Show, drop the radio program altogether. He doesn't realize how the fallout from all of this could negatively impact his brand. If he thought the Miss Universe backlash when Harvey crowned the wrong winner in 2015 was something, this is an era of catastrophic proportions, and he has to let his arrogance go and apologize to his fan base, the DailyMail.com source said. Steve Harvey's friend and fellow original Kings of Comedy star D.L. Hughley criticized him for taking a meeting with Trump as well. You know why they have a comedian, rapper, and football player out to talk about the concerns of the community? because that's the position you're used to seeing us in. You'd rather have black people as football players, comedians, and rappers than the president. You'd rather see us run the ball than run the country, Hughley said. Despite being a comic, Steve has been trying to position himself as a motivational speaker and community activist, so he doesn't understand why people don't think he's worthy of being an ambassador for his culture, the DailyMail.com source said. CNN contributor Mark Lamont Hill also condemned the meeting, saying the stunt was nothing more than a bunch of mediocre Negroes being dragged in front of the TV as a photo op for Donald Trump's exploitive campaign against black people. But issues over race didn't stop there for Harvey. The host was taken to federal court in Dallas on Tuesday over racially offensive tapes from his old comedy routines in the 1990s. Former videographer Joseph Cooper is suing the comedian for $10 million, claiming that he has the right to sell the tapes from Harvey's performances at the Steve Harvey Comedy House. In the nearly 120 hours worth of footage, Harvey allegedly tells the audience to go assault old white women and spit on white people. Harvey claims that he never signed a contract with Cooper over the rights to the footage, and his ex-employees' attempt to release the tapes is amount to extortion. Now, in response to his professional and legal woes, it appears Harvey is pulling an age-old trick, escaping to the tropics. He spent the last week vacationing with his family on a private island in the Caribbean and is throwing his weight behind a new project called Sand and Soul Festival, which will debut in October in Nassau, Bahamas at Atlanta's Paradise Resort. Members of his team hope that the fallout from the Trump meeting, his new lawsuit, and the cancellation of the neighborhood awards, as well as reports that Atlanta's Paradise is being sued for an outbreak of bed bugs, won't keep the fans away. What the heck? Let's read it again, you guys. I can't believe this. Members of his team hope that the fallout from the Trump meeting, his new lawsuit, the cancellation of the neighborhood awards, as well as reports that the Atlanta's Paradise Resort is being sued for an outbreak of bed bugs, won't keep fans away. What the flip? Hopefully, during his vacation, he's had time to think about how he could make this fallout from his Trump meeting right, because African American women make up 76% of his radio listening audience. He needs to fix this mistake, or it could be detrimental to the survival of his show, the DailyMail.com source said. You guys, this is a sordid mess. And what is so sad is that the people that would have stood behind Steve Harvey and fought for him through this lawsuit, through this whole bed bug issue, and the whole neighborhood awards situation, are the people that he insulted so greatly by going foolishly to meet with then President-elect Donald Trump, you guys. Seriously, Steve Harvey is in hot water. And you know what? I can't say I feel sorry for Steve Harvey, and I'm going to tell you why. It is a new day. Finally, as African Americans, we are trying to hold each other more accountable for the things that we say and the things that we do. I wish that we would go as hard on Lil Wayne and some of these other rappers that are doing things that are detrimental to African American women and the African American culture, as we do on Steve Harvey, Chrisette Michele, and individuals like that. But this is a start. I wish Steve Harvey all the best, but I don't really see him coming out of this situation unscathed. I don't see that this whole sand and soul situation that he's trying to take on. I don't know who's going to go on this trip, because I mean, he is such a pariah right now in the black community. And you throw bed bugs on top of that, and you really not going to get nobody to pay their money to take a trip. So I hope that Steve Harvey has a plan. I hope he can humble himself and come back into the community and apologize and admit that he misstepped and misspoke, and try to make amends and come back into the community. Because without the African American community, I promise you, everything he touched gonna fail. Okay? In the words of Miss Seeley, Steve Harvey, until you do right by your people, everything you touch gonna fail. Okay, you guys, I'll put a link for the article down below. Tell me what you guys think about all of this. This whole lawsuit with his comedy tapes and some of these derogatory remarks. I mean, that for sure is going to put the kibosh on his television program if he doesn't get this resolved. And for sure, these neighborhood awards and all of this stuff that he did with then President-elect Donald Trump is going to put a strain on his radio show. But as a whole, do you guys feel like Steve Harvey is just going through a storm that he's going to come out of eventually? Or do you feel like everything that's going on right now is ultimately going to be his undoing? I'd like to know what you guys think. Take a look at the article down below. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Remember to please like and comment if you're not already a member of the Honeybee Tribe. I encourage you to do so. And subscribe to my channel today. We'd love to have you. Until next time, honeybees,